Let's walk through an example where we are going to be finding the volume of a solid or revolution by revolving a region about a line y is equal to b, and we're going to use cylindrical shells. Our region is enclosed by the curves x is equal to 1 plus y squared, x is equal to 5, and y is equal to 0. And we're going to be revolving this region about the line y is equal to 3. The first thing that you want to do is to graph all of these curves. I went ahead and did that just to make it easier. Here's our curve, x is equal to 1 plus y squared. Here's our line, x is equal to 5, and then our line, y is equal to 0. The region that we're looking at is the region that is enclosed by our curve and those two lines. We're now going to be revolving that region about the line y is equal to 3. This line is parallel to the x-axis, and we're going to be using cylindrical shells, which means that the thickness of our shell is going to be equal to dy. And our formula over here will integrate with respect to y. The first thing that we need to do is find the points of intersection. In other words, we want to find the y value of our limits of integration. Looking at our graph, we are going to integrate from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to that point right there. And that's the point that we need to find. So to find that, what we're going to do is we're going to set our curve 1 plus y squared equal to our line x is equal to 5. This gives us y squared is equal to 4. So we get y is equal to 2. We're only interested in the positive one. Let's go ahead and label this. So let's say here y is 0 and y is 2. Now what we need to do is find the radius and height. The radius is the distance from the curve to the revolving line. So that's this distance right here. We'll label that as r. We know that this distance here is equal to y, so we can find r by writing down that r plus y is equal to 3. 3 is this distance right here, and this tells us that r is equal to 3 minus y. I'm going to highlight that because we are going to need that in a minute. Now we need to find h. I'm going to mark h in red, and it is this distance right here. So let's mark this as h, and then we'll come up here, and let's figure out what h is. This distance here is equal to x, so x plus h is equal to 5. We can then solve this for h, and we get that h is 5 minus x. And let's highlight that because we will also need that. Now we have everything that we need to set up our integral. Let's write down our formula first. Our volume is 2 pi times the integral from c to d, r h dy. We found that our limits of integration were between 0 and 2, so we're going to integrate from 0 to 2. Our radius, we found, was 3 minus y, and if we look back up top here to the right, our height is 5 minus x. dy. Now we need to substitute in what x is. X is given by the curve 1 plus y squared. This gives us a volume equal to 2 pi of the integral from 0 to 2. We have a 3 minus y and a 5 minus the quantity 1 plus y squared. You just have to watch your parentheses there. Before we integrate, let's simplify what we have inside. This is 3 minus y, and we have a 4 minus y squared dy. Now, we definitely don't want to integrate yet. What we have to do is multiply everything out. We can use the FOIL method to do that. Let's multiply the first terms, and then the outer terms, and then the inner terms, and then our last terms. D1. Now, it looks like all 4 of those terms are different, so we can't do any more simplification. So let's just go ahead and let's integrate. This is 2 pi. We have 12y minus 3y cubed over 3 minus 4y squared over 2 plus y to the 4th over 4. And we're evaluating this from y is 0 to y is equal to 2. Let's see what we get. We have 12 times 2 is 24. Our 3's are going to cancel. So we just have minus 2 cubed, so this is minus 8. And then we have a minus 2 times 2 squared, which is 4. And then we have 2 to the 4th, which is 16, divided by 4, and subtract off 0. This just gives us 2 pi times 24 minus 16 plus 4. This gives us 2 pi times 12 for a final answer of 24 pi. 24 times pi is what the volume of our solid is equal to.
If this video has been helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Keep believing in yourself and have a great rest of your day.